Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in the third session of Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal Season 2. I am Vyom Sharma from Austin, USA. It's an honor to be the volunteer for today's session. Today's game is a World Championship game between Stinitz and Chigorin played in Havana in 1892. So after that, Gaurav sir will show us an amazing move of the day which was played by Mir in 1994. So without further ado, I would like to invite our own Gaurav sir to take the session forward.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Vio. What a nice introduction. And I am so glad to tell you, my dear friends, that today our volunteer is Vyom Sharma and he is from USA. So it's my privilege and honor to take this event on a global level. And the people from all over the world are joining us, showering their love on us. And it's a matter of great pride, privilege, honor for me. So good evening, my dear audience. Good evening, students. So today's session is our third session of this second season of Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal. And today's game is a real treat for people who love to attack. It's a pure attacking game. The game was played in 1892. The game was played between world champion Stinitz versus Chigorin. Now, Chigorin was from Russia. Chigorin from Soviet school, Russia. And Steinitz was basically born in Prague, but later he shifted to US. He wanted to always shift to United States of America. Now, Steinitz is the first world official chess champion. And there are many records, which are there which are credited to Steinitz. First of them is, as I told you, first world chess champion. One record I can probably recollect is that in one of the world championship where he played with Lasker, in 1894 or 1895, there was a 32-year age gap. There was a 32-year age difference between Steinitz and Lasker. So that has till date remained a record. The second record which I was going through Steinitz is that he was playing against one player who was his rival like Federer and Nadal. So there was this player called Zuckerberg, and they were considered very great rivals. And sometimes he was winning, sometimes the other person was winning. But in the 1886 World Chess Championship, he was trailing by 4-1. He was trailing by 4-1, Steinitz. And later on, in the second half, he finally won the World Championship with a huge margin of 12.5 to 7.5. So this is considered as one of the greatest ever turnaround in World Chess Championships. So guys, without wasting much of your time, there are a lot of things which probably we can share. So let's start today's game. And 1892 World Chess Championship. It's a return chess championship between the same players. They played in 1888 as well. And they later on, it was a rematch in 1890. So Steinitz is white, Chigorin is black, and today's game, as I told you, is a treat for people who love to attack. And audience, if you can connect with me, please write direct chat messages. And I would like to interact with you. Mahi is there, Mahi Sapnani. Wow. How are you, my dear Mahi? Long time. Okay, so Mahi is writing my style. Nihira call is here. Hi Nihira, good evening. And she's saying, yes, I love to attack. Okay, very well, very well. Of course, Vyom is there as volunteer today. And as I told you, he's from USA. And I feel privileged to take this event on a global level. Ojal is there. Good evening, Ojal. Sharvi is here. I also love to attack. Okay. Arjun, I like to attack. Oh my God, so many attackers. Who is the defender? Mahi is writing me, 11th is going on, not too steady. Yes, I remember my 10th, 11th, 12th as well. Okay, Shreya is also here. Good evening, Shreya. I also like to attack. Why? Wow, what a nice audience. Thank you so much for participating. Let's take the game forward. E4, E5, knight to F3, knight to C6, bishop to B5. Okay, so what is this opening, my dear friends? Can anyone write in audience? Very simple. Anant is also here. I like to attack. Roy Lopez, so many people. Roy Lopez. Wow. Bishop to B5. Well done. Abhigyan is also here with me, and Abhigyan is from Singapore, and he has also, won the prize. Abhigyan, very well done, Abhigyan Ja. Okay. So bishop to B5. Now here, there are various options with black, and the most obvious option is A6, pawn to A6, which is very frequently played. But this game, knight F6 was played, and now audience, can you write which variation of Roy Lopez is this? Yes, any genius person here. What is this variation called as? No Googling allowed. No Googling allowed. If you know, please write. Oh, Berlin defense, Berlin defense. Well done. So whosoever is writing Berlin defense, Mahi, Ojal, Neera, I'm sure you are aware. You must be aware rather that Berlin defense was very successfully used by Dash against Gary Kasparov. Can you fill in the dash? In the year 2000, Berlin defense was very successfully used by Dash against Gary Kasparov in World Chess Championship PCA, Professional Chess Association. And from there, Berlin defense became very popular. And Mahi, you are right. It is Kramnik. Well done, Kramnik. So Vladimir Kramnik used it against Gary Kasparov with lots of success. And it was mentioned in media that Kasparov is not able to break the Berlin Wall. So here, bishop b5, knight to f6. And now there are two moves here. One is d4 and the other is d3. So if you play d4, pawn into castle e6, bishop to a4, bishop to e7, e5, knight e4, knight into d4 and castle. And of course, we have got some straightforward opening, slide better for white as always. This is one option. So coming back, d3 was played in the game, which is a very solid move, no doubt about it. After d6, e3, g6 was played here. Now g6 is a very interesting move actually. So black wants to develop bishop g7, fianchetto. But then the problem with g6 is that you are making it too early and you are giving a clear signal to white and giving up an opportunity for attack. So obviously there are two things attached. And now after knight to b2, bishop to g7 was played in the game. So white continued with the original plan of Roy Lopez, which is knight f1. Now we can get knight e3, and we can play in the center. We can play pawn d4. All these ideas are there. Now in this position, if you look at this position carefully, the correct move here is a6. And after bishop to a4, b5, bishop to b3, knight a5, bishop to c2, c5, bishop g5, pawn h6, bishop h4 and castle. And this is almost equal position. So this is the correct setup which black should probably apply in this position. And there are obviously bishop to b7, and there are both sides can have the game over here. But coming back, the move played here was castle. And if you are castling without playing h6, without playing a6, you are actually doing some kind of hurry. It's not needed. You are giving white some kind of opportunity, to attack. And you have not made your moves, flank moves clear. So in this position, I think one of the ideas can be to play bishop to e3, queen to d2, bishop to h6, pawn to h4, and so on. That can be one of the ideas. And then you can long castle. The other idea can be simply play positional game, knight to e3, pawn to h3 if required, castle, and so on. So these are the maybe two ideas white can go. But first is bishop. This is not placed correctly, and there is no opportunity to play bishop c2 if needed. So white played a good move here, which is bishop to a4. Prophylactic move, not making intentions clear, keeping options open, and getting the bishop to this diagonal as well if needed, or maybe c2 if needed. Bishop a4 is a very good prophylactic move played by white here, and it is more of a waiting move, to be honest. Then what can probably black do in this position? Because he has already castled, and now he needs to develop this bishop. He needs to think whether to go for f5 or whether to play knight to d7, knight d6, knight c5. What is the idea of black? What does black wants to do in this position? White just wants to check. Okay, Anant wants to say something. Anant, you have to write. Please type in chat. Yes, audience. What do you think can be a good idea of black here? You can write in chat. In the meantime, how are you feeling, my dear Vyom? Are you enjoying the session so far or not?
Yes, sir, I'm enjoying it.
You are enjoying. And I came to know that the temperature where you are residing right now in USA is in -2 degree or something. So are you enjoying the weather or not?
Yep, I'm enjoying. But few weeks ago, I couldn't as it was -7 or negative
Oh my
6.
God, -7 it was. Very cute, very cute. Okay, so Anant is asking why you tell bishop h6. So after bishop e3, queen d2, not directly I said. Of course not. First bishop e3, then queen to d2, and then bishop h6, trying to exchange the fianchetto to bishop. So Ojal has given a very good idea, rook to b8 and b5. Well done. Well done. I think somebody also said something. Knight d7. Knight d7 is one idea told by Nehira. And the idea of knight d7 is to play knight c5. And of course, if allowed, probably we can go for f5. I mean, if allowed. Well done. So knight d7 was actually played in the game. And after knight to e3, knight c5. Knight c5 was played. So now there are one more option on knight e3, which is pawn to f5. Let's look at this first. Pawn f5. What happens? So pawn f5, we can go for ef5, and after gf5, knight to d5, and f4. Computer is actually saying it is slight better for black. Although it is a very complicated position, this bishop on this diagonal can be dangerous, and you have opened the king, and white has not castled. So maybe g3 immediate can be opening of g file, but computer says no. Black can defend all the threats, and the pawn structure make a lot of space, open space for black. But anyways, world championship matches generally are not that open lines or whatever, and that is why this game probably is one of the great exceptions as well. We'll see very shortly how. So after knight to c5, now in this position, obviously there is one move up for white. That is why he played bishop a4 in this position, and I am sure audience will, each one of you will tell the correct move here, and the move is of course bishop to c2. I will never give this bishop, please understand. Whosoever plays Roy Lopez, always understand the bishop, the light square bishop, it is not less than 70 to 80 lakh rupees, if not more. So always defend it. If you see all the openings, what white does, he always go bishop b5, a4, and then bishop c2 he plays. So it might look that this bishop is not doing anything here. But trust me, 95% of the game, when the game opens up, the files open up, diagonals open up, this bishop is the key to the victory of white. So bishop c2 is of course played over here. And now after knight to e6, okay, Nehra is asking me a question, but who play Roy Lopez exchange, then this rule can't be applied. Yeah, of course. So that is one variation. And if you see Nehra in the top level games, we should always try to see the top level. What are the top people doing? Say top 5% or 10% of the world champion level people, grandmaster level people. Exchange variation is very seldom played by white because it doesn't give anything to white actually. Apart from getting the double pawn, you are not getting anything much out of the opening. And white's main work is to get some advantage in the opening. Okay, now audience, your turn has come in terms of poll, and it is white to play in this position. Black has just played the move knight e6, which is a very good move. He wants to play knight f4 as well, and it is white to play in this position. Okay, and I would like to ask a question as far as the poll is concerned. Um, the poll is, what move did white play here? If you can see the poll, what move did white play here? h4, knight to d5, castle, or b3? So let's see how many people want to participate and what is the percentage of answers. So in the meantime, Vyom, what do you think? In this position, h4,
Huh.
knight d5, castle, or b3?
Sir, I think the answer is knight to d5.
Knight d5. Okay, right. Come on, guys, please participate. Okay, well done, well done. So let's end the poll and let's see the results. What happens? So 45% लोगों ने जवाब दिया है. 45% लोगों ने जवाब दिया है knight d5. 36% ने बोला है h4 and 9% are saying castle. 9% for b3. Okay. So knight to d5 is also a good option here, no doubt about it. And it is really a nice move, no doubt. But then this game would not have been the game which I wanted to show if h4 is not played here. h4 is the key move of what is going to happen now. The main idea of h4 is to immediately go for h5 and try to capture here and open the h file for attack. This is a clear main idea. The second idea can be, if I get a chance, I might probably play bishop to e3, queen to d2, bishop h6, and with h file being open immediately, I am trying to create pressure on black. So h4 was played here. It is really a good move, no doubt about it. But here, black played the move knight to e7. This is the move played by black in the game, knight to e7. And now again the poll is coming up. Well. And the question here is, how is the knight e7 move here? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it okay? Please participate. Good, bad, okay. How is knight e7 move here, which was played by black? Okay, so the audience is divided between okay and bad. Okay, well done. So let's look at the results. So 46% of the audience feel it is okay. 38% feel it is bad. And only 15% are saying it is good. Wow, what a nice audience today. What a nice audience. Well done. So knight e7 is the first mistake of the game. Let me tell you, it is a first mistake of the game. It is a bad move. Yes, Mahi. Yes, Sharvi. Well done. It's a bad move here. So coming back, the good move which black could have played was knight to f4. And this will actually give slight advantage to black in the subsequent variations. Knight f4 is the key move here. So after knight to f4, pawn h5, knight into knight f5 is a good idea. Bishop f5, e f5, rook e8, and king to f1. It is slight better for white. Of course, you can't capture on f5 because rook h5 is always the threat. And it is slight better for black here. So in the game, what happened? Knight e7 was played. Now, on the face of it, you might not feel that it is a bad move. But then the moves which followed, you will understand that black is now actually getting in the trap or in the idea which white has shown. So of course the move here was pawn to h5 as most of you have already written. And now, as most of the theoreticians say, if the opponent is attacking on the flank, almost always, the best way is to attack in the center. And that is what some of you have already written. Almost always open up the center, attack in the center, as it is white king is in the center right now. So correctly, as most of you have pointed out, d5 was played by black, and that is a real reason why he went to knight e7. But then after h into g6, the second mistake happened in the game. And can you please tell audience, can you write in chat which is the correct capture here? H into g6 is correct or fg6 is correct? One is correct, one is bad. So audience, yes, what do you think? Please write the correct move. You have to write the correct thing. Hg, fg, hg, fg. Some of you are writing fg, some of you are writing hg. Half of the room is divided. My dear Viom has written hg. Okay, well done. So let us look at what happened if you play hg6 here. So after queen to e2, a5, knight to g4, knight f4, bishop f4, e f4, knight check, bishop into, rook into, king to g7, and rook to h4, it is still better for white. It is definitely advantageous for white. This position, white is having some plus 0.7 advantage. So this is one idea. Now in the game, what happened, my dear friend? The second mistake occurred, which is f into g6. Now why it is wrong is that if you play at g6, you are right that you are giving complete h file. There is no protection. You are right. But the problem in this position is that the moment you capture by the f pawn, my dear friends, this particular diagonal, my God, when this bishop is alive, the knight is also not at c6 to attack on a5. This diagonal, don't you think this diagonal will be disastrous? It will be very dangerous diagonal for black now. Don't you think so? And this is the main weakness or main drawback of f into g6. So white immediately pounced, it is pounced on the opportunity, and he immediately captured pawn into pawn, knight into, queen into, and bishop b3. Immediately he pounced on this diagonal. He doesn't need a second invitation, my dear friend. So after queen to c6, now there is no hurry. I can play knight to g5. Oh my God, this knight is in pin, safety pin, in pin out. Knight g5 will be assisted by the rook on h7. So many things, so many moves are there which are in air. This pawn on e5, is a clear weakness now. Single pawn. This bishop is, guarded to defend. The rook on h file is open for the black. So many things have suddenly come up for white. But of course, white is world champion. There is no hurry of any move like knight to g5. Queen g2 will happen. h1 will be attacked. Queen to f2 can be attacked. There is no hurry of things like that. No hurry. First, let us play triple O and safeguard our king. There is no hurry of all these things which we are trying to achieve. So this game is a master class actually. It teaches us various things. And obviously, the move played here by white was queen e2. Developing queen, showing that I am trying to attack on e5, which I am actually not. The main idea is to play bishop to e3, maybe queen d2, and of course triple O. That is our main idea. And then we will try to play double of rook on the h file, or maybe rook h7 sacrifice. You never know. I mean, you never know. So queen e2, there is no good idea with black now. He has already given up on the ideas, the way he has played this game, especially knight e7 and d5. There is nothing to play actually for black. I mean, no idea as such. He just have to wait. So he played the move bishop to d7. And of course, knight e5 is not to be played because queen g2 can come in. So bishop e3 was played by white here. Now, all of a sudden, king h8 was played by black in this position. He thought, let me get away from this diagonal. But at the same time, you are now coming directly under X-ray attack of rook. There is a concept called X-ray attack. The rook is on h1 and the king has come on the same file, Wow. So audience, very simple move. Next, I'm sure you all can guess. Still, if you want to write, you can. Please write. Of course, triple O, Arjun, well done. Neera, well done. Wow, oh, what an audience. Amazing students, amazing. Triple O, Shreya, well done. Triple O by Sai Jaswant, Abhigyan, Mahi. Triple O is, of course, the move told by almost everyone. Triple O was played here. Okay, now A5 can be a good idea here, which he should have played. Maybe the idea is to play A4 and try to get the bishop away from this diagonal. And A5 could have been played instead of king h8 earlier. And this could have been the ideas in the game. But after this, white played a very surprising move actually. Very surprising. So let's do a poll here. And let's find out what audience have to say. What is the unusual move played by white here? What is the unusual move? So the name of the game today, the title of the game is Unusual Move. I will not tell you the complete title. The game title is Unusual Move. So now here comes that move for which this game is actually I have selected. And the question is, what is the unusual move played by white here? A, queen d2, B, queen f1, C, queen c2, or is it king b1? Okay, Neera is pointing a mistake. I am sorry. It is black's move here. Oh ho ho, I am so sorry. So after triple O, rook a e8. Please make a note of it. Rook e8 was played by black. Oh ho ho, I am really sorry, Neera. You are right. Rook e8 is played by black. After rook e8, take this poll. Okay. Queen d2, queen f1, queen c2, or king b1. What is the unusual move played by white here? Okay, well done, audience. That's great. 45% are writing queen f1, 27 are saying king b1. Wow, that's amazing. So you are right, Neera. After rook a8, at this point in time, can you believe the move played by white here was queen to f1? Can you believe this move? Queen f1. Now coming back to this position, when I saw this game for the first time, I was thinking about queen d2. And I mean, it's a very simple move with the idea of bishop h6 and destroying the main defender in this king side position. And then rook h file is very open. It's a clear, I think, plus for white. But of course, Sharvi, you are so very right. It is not unusual. It is not unusual. So on queen d2, the game might continue rook to e7, rook e1, queen to d6, bishop e6, queen e6, knight g5, queen a2, knight h7, king h8, knight f8, and bishop f8 with of course better for white. White is winning here, no doubt. Now let's look at the game. Queen f1 and Chigorin in this position. It is said that he thought for some 35 to 40 minutes and he realized that the game is slipped away from his hands. And now the only move which the computer says, which is a good move to save the game, is unbelievable h5. But of course, we can forgive Chigorin for not playing this move on the board. It is almost impossible to play such a move, playing the pawn to h5 when the rook is on the h file, and g4 can be one of the ideas sooner or later. But computer says h5 and black is doing okay here. So after bishop to c2, king to g8, king b1, knight f4, bishop f4, pawn into, and d4, it is only slight better for white according to the computer. It is slight better for white. It is not winning by any means. But of course, h5, my dear friend, it is so very tough to find. It is so very difficult to find. So let's look at the game now. Here a5 was played, which is too late actually. You are trying to now play a4 and deflect the bishop from this diagonal. It is too late in the day, and immediately white opened the center with d4, and it's all over now. Idea is to play d5. So after pawn into, knight into. Now black has got two options. He can capture by knight or he can capture by the bishop. So if you capture by knight here, well, oh ho, you please be ready for rook h7, oh ho, and queen h1. Thank you very much. Well played. Nice to meet you. And that's all. Game over. Checkmate. So in this position, you can't capture by knight because the bishop diagonal will open up, and therefore bishop d4 was played by black here. And here white played a very unexpected move, which is rook d4. He did not capture by the bishop, but he used the rook instead. So my dear Vyom, are you enjoying or no? Well done. Wow.
I'm enjoying a lot, and I even thought they move rook to d4.
Yes, very good, very good. Rook d4. What a move it is. So now there are not much options. Maybe you can try rook f7 here and the game might continue. Rook double on h4, king to g8, a4. There is nothing now black can do in this position. Queen to c4, bishop to c6, and queen g4 is a winning advantage for white. Clear plus minus, separated. Clear plus. So in the game, what happened, my dear friends, after rook to d4, knight into d4 was played here. Oh ho! Knight into d4 was played. So this is move number 23, black's 23rd move, knight into d4. So one variation here can be bishop into d4 check, rook f6 is the only move, and queen to b5. Did you like this move or not in a world championship match? Queen to b5. What a move it is. Wow. If you capture queen into queen, then bishop into f6 will be a double bishop, double diagonal checkmate. I love bishops. I love bishops because they are so far and they can support, they can attack from such a long missile distance. Queen b5. But he did not play this move because after queen b5, queen d6 can be played, although it is a winning position for white. Queen to g5 can be played here. It's a clear win. But of course, let's look at the game and you will enjoy more. And in the game, Stinets played the move rook at 7 check. Mind you, this is World Championship game. Rook fourth game of the challenging return of match between Stinets and Chigorin, 1892. Rook at 7 was played here. So after king at 7, queen h1, and now the unusual move, queen f1 will come into picture. Oh, queen h1 check. So after king to g7, queen h6 is not a checkmate, Arjun, because king can come to f6. It's not a mate. So the move played here was bishop h6 check. If you play king to h7 or h8, for example, then bishop f8 will be a checkmate after a move or two, after bishop h3 and queen h3. So bishop h6 check, you can't come on the h file, you can't come here. This bishop is very, very dangerous. So now king to f6 was played in the game. Oh, very rare it has happened in a world championship match that the king has come on the central square, e5, f5, and got checkmated. Very rare. And that is why this game is one of the rarest games in the history of world championship matches. So after king f6, of course, Neera and so many people have answered. Queen h4 check was played here. So if you play g5, queen g5 is a checkmate, no problem. King e5 was played in the game. And now queen into knight was played in the game. Is it a checkmate, my dear friends? Queen d4? No, king can come to f5. So in this position, Chigorin resigned and he did not got checkmated by the pawn, because if you play king to f5, well, queen to f4 is also a checkmate, and pawn to g4 is also a checkmate. Pawn checkmate in a world championship game on f5 square, all of a sudden, when 5 moves back, it did not look so, it did not seem at all. And it's a clear, amazing attacking game. So audience, you can write in chat, did you like this game or not? Did you enjoy this game or not? Yes, Vyom, did you enjoy, my dear friend, Vyom?
Yes, sir, I enjoyed a lot.
Okay, very well done, very good. So I'll just show the game very fast. I love the move h4 actually. It's small moves like this which create pressure. Queen f1, amazing. Finish. Wow, well done, my dear friends. Okay, so now let's go to the position which is today's most amazing position, most amazing move kind of position. And this position occurred in 1994. It is white to play. The game was played between Mir and Muller. Mir versus Muller. Meier. So white is clearly winning here. It's a clear win for white. Oh my God, look at the attack. Both rook are on the e file. Bishop is on h6, knight on g5. This bishop on g2 can probably do wonders by coming to d5 if required. So many ideas are there with white, rook e8, rook g6, maybe, I don't know, knight h7, so something or the other. Now my question is, what we are doing in this series is I am taking you to some of the most amazing moves which are actually played on board, and they are not studies. So can you find the move which was played by white here? Okay, I give you some time, and of course I will give you a poll as well. So what do you think is the move played by white here? So what do you think is the move played by white here? A, bishop to d5, bishop into c6, rook e8 check, and D option is any other move, something more spectacular. Any other move, something more spectacular. So there are two type of people who will go what D option. First, who are very brilliant, who feel that kuch aur hoga, and the second, who really don't know anything. बोले यार एक काम कर, डाल कोई और आएगा, इन्हीं को बताने दे. Okay, so what is the amazing move played here? Let's, okay, so I think 38% are going for rook e8, 38% for bishop d5, and 25% are going for any other, 0% are for bishop c6. Wow, very well done. Mahi has also written me answer. Okay. So let's see the results, my dear friend. 40% are for any other move, 30 for rook e8 and 30 for bishop to d5. Okay, let's see the move now. White to play, Mir versus Muller 1994. By the way, chess.com has rated this as number 2 of all the great moves ever played in history of chess. First was what I told you last week, the Shirov's move. Vaibhav is also here, my dear Vaibhav. Well done, and he's writing an amazing move here. Oh, amazing. Can you believe? Very good. Well done. Very good. So, my dear friends, please tighten your seat belt. The move played by white here was nothing less than spectacular, and the move is queen to c7. My God, can you believe this is actually played on board? Queen to c7. You can capture the queen by the rook on c8, by the rook on d7, by the queen on d8, but still you can't capture. Still you can't. Queen c7 was played here. So let us see the variations. If you capture by the rook on c8, then the support on e8 is lessened, and here comes rook e8 then. Check. All squares are blocked and you have to capture, and the other rook will join the party, and it's a checkmate. So my idea of queen c7 is to remove the two defender on the 8th rank. Basic idea. Basic idea. So if you capture by queen, of course the same thing happen, but then you can be little happy in the sense that your queen is alive. You can just make little bit of happiness in that, enjoyment in that part. Yo, my queen is alive. I mean, so what? So you can't capture by the rook on c8, by the queen on d8. What else can you do in this position? So what about knight e5? What about knight e5? Getting the knight on e5. Maybe this is the best defense, maybe. And then queen into queen, rook into, bishop into, rook into, pawn into, pawn into, and f4. And thank you very much. This knight is gone. Because the moment you touch this knight, rook e8 is a checkmate. So this is gone. Peace up. But of course, this is the best defense which should have been played, maybe. So coming back, if you play bishop g7, then what happened in the world? Bishop to g7. What is the winning idea here? So now the winning idea is very easy. Rook e8, queen e8, rook e8, rook e8, queen d7, queen d7. Make no mistake, rook e1 is not a back rank checkmate. Make no mistake. This bishop can immediately come to f1. No problem in the world. Yes, Vyom, speak up. Yes.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, tell me.
So, can you go to that position when queen is to c7? Then what
Yes.
if we rook d into queen?
Yeah, I'll tell you. That is what actually happened in the game. So in the game, you are right. Rook D into C7 was played. So I did not show that by now. I was just saying all the variations. So in the game, Muller played Rook D into C7, and of course after Rook E8, Black resigned here. He did not play the other move. So audience is very smart to find out. Had he played the move, because it's a checkmate position, you have to capture. But the moment you move your queen, my dear friend, oh ho ho, the queen is losing the control of the d5 square. And now the bishop will join the party after rook to e8, and now bishop d5. So you can just play rook e6, I will capture it also. You can play rook f7, I will capture it also. And it's a checkmate. So both your loyal hathi, loyal elephant, बोले यार हमारा राजा की मात हो रही है, मर जाओ पहले, कूद जाओ. They are giving their life for the sake of the king. But of course, it is not enough. This is not enough. So Mahi, you are right actually. Bishop to d5 directly is also a clear win position. You are right. Bishop d5 is also a clear win position, and white can definitely do a checkmate here or win in some variations. But it is not 100% checkmate. It will not result into 100% checkmate, as you can check this position. But it is a winning move. I completely agree with you in this on this count. But the move played here was more spectacular, which is queen to c7. So I think you guys are clear. I have made myself very clear on this spectacular move played off board. You know. Okay, so guys, homework time, and the homework which I gave in the last session was this. Uh, you have to create a game, and white can play whatever you want, black should play whatever you want. The idea is after fifth move of black, it should be a pawn promotion to bishop checkmate. Fifth move, exactly fifth move of black. That was the homework. And I am very, what should I say, thankful to the audience and everyone. I have got some 9 to 10 emails of students who have answered, but only only two of you this time have got the correct answer. So as we have made that three correct answers, we will do a GPay, Google Pay of 100 rupees prize. I am very sorry to say that this time we are doing to only two people. One of them is, of course, Ilakshi Srivastav. She has again won it. She won first time as well. And second student is my dear Abhigyan Jha, who is also present here. And he is from Singapore. Well done, Abhigyan. Well done. And I gave him one more very difficult puzzle. He solved that as well. Very good student, Abhigyan Jha. And my dear friend, he's only, he's very young. He's only 7, 8 years of age. Very young student. Okay, so coming to this position, let me tell you the answer. First, we play the move e4, b5, c3, pawn into pawn, queen to b3. Oh my God, what is white trying to do? How does he want to get checkmated? e3. Black is only pushing pawn, nothing else, because in 5 moves you can do only that much. King to d1, and now comes the anti-climax part. Pawn into pawn, and he goes king c2 to get checkmated. Black will promote the bishop, and it's a checkmate. Oh ho ho ho. The bishop is with the support of the queen. Wow. All square are blocked, and what a nice creativity. So I will give you such homework questions. we will meet next session next Saturday. And it's my privilege to tell you that the volunteer for the next session will be my dear son. And I can't tell you that moment, maybe the parents who are watching this can understand what the first child means to a father. And I am very proud to share this next Saturday. So the homework puzzle for next Saturday is also probably as amazing, my dear Viom, as this puzzle is. It is very amazing. So what is a puzzle? The puzzle is same position, the starting move. Okay, you have to create a game, play with white whatever you want, play with black whatever you want. In exact fifth move, of black, he should do a pawn promotion to knight checkmate. Pawn promotion to a knight checkmate in exact fifth move. So it can be a fifth move capture also, or it can be a simple promotion also, whatever. But pawn promotion to a knight checkmate, exact fifth move of black. So instead of bishop, it's a knight, and it is very difficult. Top three answers, guys. Please participate. Please encourage us. And I am very, very thankful for you guys. To you guys, I'll repeat the question. Vyom want to say something? Yes, speak up, my dear Vyom.
And I have one question. How many moves should be in the game? Five or six? Because
Five.
I
Exact
counted.
fifth move of black. Five moves. Fifth move of black should be pawn promotion. I will write on chat as well. After exact fifth move of black, he should do a pawn promotion to knight and checkmate. Okay, so this is your homework puzzle. I'll see you guys next Saturday on 19th of February, same time, 7 p.m. And please, mail, of course. Yes, Mihira, very good. I will tell you the mail ID again. Okay. Please mail your answers along with your Google Pay numbers. Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal at the rate of gmail.com. I have messaged you guys, chess with Gaurav Bakliwal at the rate gmail.com. Please mail by Wednesday night the correct answers of this puzzle. Fifth move, black pawn promotion, knight checkmate. So you can write in chat, my dear friends. Did you enjoy today's session? Did you like? Yes or no? Please write in chat. Okay. Yes, Viom. Over to you.
Yes, sir, I loved it.
So would you like to say something? Would you like to say thank you for everyone?
Yeah, thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for giving me this opportunity to volunteer at this event. I enjoyed it very much and it was fun to interact with you as well as an amazing audience. It really gave me a nice platform to learn chess with you as well as the public speaking forum. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Thank you so much, Viom. And thank you so much, audience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.